Boxing was another sport awarding medals today, but of the 6 fights taking place, none of them involved Americans. Here to tell us why is John Suntress, Associate Editor of Boxing Illustrated. John, good to have you back in the studios.
Excellent.
And the boxing story, I guess, you don't have to sugarcoat it, very disappointing overall.
A sad story, yes, definitely. You know, we had a real nice team, and things looked really good for a while there. Leading up to the Olympic box office and getting into the games, everyone was excited. They were predicting 9 medals. They were right, 9 medals were won, but they were won by the Cuban team, the dream team of boxing, and we didn't miss them, at least not in '84 and '88, and we really suffered for it now in '92.
The Cuban team obviously performed well. Why did they perform well and the U.S. team thus not perform so well?
You know what the problem with amateur boxing as far as the Americans are concerned? It's kind of like college. You finish the Olympics and then you go on to the pros. The Cubans are students in the Olympics and then become the teachers of the Olympics and go on and teach us all a lesson. So do the Germans as well. That's really what happened. We were looking at a very experienced team. Felix Savon, the guy who beat our own Donnell Nicholson at 201 pounds, has been a world champion for 3 years and just a consistent good performer for 6 years. And when you face that type of competition, I mean, you know, you're really kind of out of luck.
And at times it seemed the competition also came from elsewhere away from the ring. The scoring system, Montel Griffin, of course, comes to mind. What's the deal with it? Is it wrong? Is it bad? Was it inaccurate? And after you tell me that, I'm going to ask you if it's going to be around in '96.
That's a real good question. I think there were very big problems with the scoring system. Inconsistency on the judges' parts. It seems this international community is really this United Nations that can't seem to get together on rules. Americans in the box office and the trials were using the computer system and scoring body punches. That wasn't happening at the games. They were completely ignored. And we had a team full of body punchers. Another thing, the computers. 3 of 5 judges have to agree on a punch within 1 second of each other for a point to score. Well, that's just too short of a time period for a lot of these guys who probably were very scared of the technology. Try playing your kid at Nintendo and then having it count for an Olympic gold medal. That's what these guys were facing, and unfortunately the American team suffered for it.
Yeah, they did, and as you look at the screen right now, you'll see who did medal. Oscar De La Hoya with the gold, Chris Beard with the silver, and Tim Austin with the bronze. The prospects for the future quickly, are they going to get any better in '96?
Yeah, I would say so. I think that there are some things that we have to work on. One thing is we could have better scouting as far as looking at the international competition, the Canada Cup, some of the meets in some of the foreign countries, see what these foreign judges are judging on, see what punches count. It seemed if you didn't have a right hook or a left cross to the body or to the head, these punches just weren't being scored. So that was the real problem. So I think better scouting will help us out. We will have probably a different coaching team. Some of our current coaches are getting older. As far as the medalists and their chances at pros, I think they're all going to excel because they've already got that pro style. That's one of the other inconsistencies of American amateur boxing as opposed to the Cuban boxing. They're going to stay in the amateurs. These Americans are already learning that pro style, and it'll serve them well in the pro factions.
Certainly, and you have served us well again this evening. A pleasure talking to you. And let's win some medals next time in a couple of years.
Absolutely. Look for '96.
Absolutely.